Once a leader in creative software, Adobe changed the way we design, edit, and imagine. From revolutionizing digital media with Photoshop and Premiere to sparking controversy with pricing and subscription models, Adobe's journey has been anything but simple. So, how did a brand that redefined digital creativity end up facing so much criticism and uncertainty? Let's dive into Adobe's meteoric rise, its groundbreaking innovations, and the turning points that led to unexpected challenges. Adobe's journey. Adobe, founded in 1982 by engineers, has cornered the market on creative software with an estimated 30 million customers willing to pay for the right to use their software. Their profit from 2023 alone is around $5.4 billion. Adobe has legitimately paved the way for modern visual design and helped create the desktop publishing revolution with some of their software. However, in 2024, many people are pissed off and wanting to jump ship as they feel like the entire world of corporate America and big tech is trying to speedrun its way into absolutely pissing off its entire customer base on their path to creating and controlling a global creative monopoly. The rise of Adobe began with the idea that professionals needed more accessible publishing and printing software. In 1983, they released PostScripts, which quickly influenced industry standards. Adobe grew rapidly, creating or acquiring 4 of the most influential, groundbreaking, and long-lasting creative programs in history: Illustrator in 1987, Photoshop in 1988, Premiere in 1991, and Acrobat in 1993. In the same period, there was a competitor, Alice Corporation, who pioneered desktop publishing in their PageMaker software that would later pave the way for InDesign image editing, the creation of tag image file format known as TIFF, and video production in After Effects. In 2003, Adobe bundled their products into Creative Suite, unified branding, and achieved billion-dollar revenue. This increased their market appeal and reduced competitors' influence. Adobe continued to acquire products to integrate into their platform or stop development. In 2005, they acquired MCR Media, which now owns Flash, Dreamweaver, and Cold Fusion. This gave Adobe a strong grip on the web development market. By 2013, Adobe was the dominant force in the market. However, in 2013, a controversial change to their product line marked a turning point in the company's decisions and customer resentment towards their new creative overlords. Balancing innovation and user needs. Adobe products can be expensive, but they offer a subscription system called Creative Cloud, which allows users to access their master collection without breaking the bank. The Creative Cloud was initially an advocate for Adobe's change, as it allowed users to develop careers on YouTube and in art and animation. However, after the transition, users began to feel less reliable with Adobe Flash and other programs, such as Premiere and Flash. In 2016, Adobe announced that they were relaunching Adobe Flash as Adobe Anime. They had started feeling like Flash was unsupported and left to die, especially due to Apple's lack of support for iOS and Apple. Adobe was excited to give more attention and effort to craft Adobe Flash into a full-fledged animation suite. People worked with Adobe directly several times, including the launch and rebranding of Adobe Anime, visiting their headquarters in San Francisco and meeting some of the higher-ups. They also visited Adobe Max and met with Ajay Shukla, the head of Adobe Animate product. However, some noticed a fragmentation in the priorities of Adobe's software development. Photoshop is Adobe's biggest moneymaker and most supported product, while other software was developed in other offices, such as Adobe Flash. Adobe now outsources and develops anime in India, which is not in line with the priorities of Adobe's customers. The biggest point of contention for professionals and users was that the basics were broken, with vector brushes that were once beloved in Flash becoming crap and near unusable. While there have been improvements in the Animate brush, they still feel like they are being taken seriously by shareholders. This may be because new shiny features are more exciting to shareholders than to current users, who may feel that they take precedence over users. The fallout. Adobe has been known for its marketing strategy, which relies on the passion of its user base. This approach has led to many creators offering their services and platforms at low or free rates for the honor of working with the company. This is similar to Apple's marketing strategy, where passionate users are often offered work for free. However, when this expectation becomes gross, it becomes a problem. A forum post was posted to volunteer testers at the time of the launch of Adobe Animate, asking them to provide feedback to improve the software they were using. The post was seen as an attempt to pressure working professionals into providing their professional quality and standard of work to Adobe for free or at a very low cost. Adobe, the world's biggest creative software company, might prioritize paying creative professionals who advocate for and make their products desirable to people. The latest scandal at Adobe involves the Terms and Conditions contract, which requires customers to allow Adobe full access to their Creative Cloud projects without any option to limit or decline that access. This has caused many professionals, including those with work under various NDAs or trademark agreements, to walk away. Adobe has also forced users to agree to have their work accessed and potentially trained on by the company. In 2024, Adobe is being sued by the US federal government for heavy termination fees, which they believe harms customers. Adobe forces subscribers to navigate numerous pages to cancel online, while those canceling by phone are often disconnected or forced to repeat themselves to multiple representatives and encounter, quote, resistance. Samuel Levine, director of the FTC Consumer Protection Bureau, stated that Adobe trapped customers into year-long subscriptions through hidden early termination fees and numerous cancellation hurdles. One example of Adobe's marketing strategy is the headcount in the editing department, which went down by 1 for the first time in forever. The administrator of Adobe's account at the time was unable to remove a seat, and when adding seats to their Adobe Creative Cloud subscription, they couldn't cancel it. A fractured trust in the digital age, Adobe has released a statement clarifying that it requires a license to access content solely for the purpose of operating or improving its services and software, and to enforce its terms and comply with law. Adobe also emphasizes that it does not train Firefly Gen models on customer content and will never assume ownership of a customer's work. However, clicking Agree to a Terms and Conditions document is the legal equivalent of signing a legal contract. Adobe's systems may analyze customer content and Creative Cloud customer fonts using techniques such as machine learning to improve their services and software and user experience. While Adobe clarifies that they do not train AI on user data, they don't have to claim otherwise because they already have plenty of paths to improving their product. The best data Adobe has for them is the stuff they make. Adobe has broken people's trust in a way that is hard to recover from, as shareholders take precedence over paying customers and profits, and maintaining a grip on their monopoly take priority over the creatives who pay them. There are now many alternatives to major Adobe programs, many of which are open source or free. There are plenty of options for artists now, and some of the best options include DaVinci Resolve, Photoshop, and Clip Studio Paint. DaVinci Resolve is free and offers more substance than Premiere, while Photoshop is more niche but offers more affordable options for students and beginners. Clip Studio Paint is an excellent choice for animators, as it is practically industry standard and affordable for students and beginners. If you want to skim the surface and just animate, it can do that too. Adobe's actions have caused frustration and disappointment among creatives, but it is important to remember that the harm they have done to the goodwill they once held in the eyes of creatives is irreversible. From incredible innovations to controversial business shifts, Adobe's story is a testament to the challenges and complexities of staying on top in the tech world. Whether they'll adapt to regain their former glory or continue down a different path remains to be seen. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts on Adobe's journey in the comments below. And stay tuned for more stories about the brands that shape our digital world.